Mr. and Mrs. Marshall, 50 years of a beautiful marriage. This is why I create. Love like this deserves to be remembered.
Celebrating Paul and Cheryl, 50th anniversary. 50 years standing faithfully, God graced them thankfully.
What's up, my people? I don't think y'all guys knew that I actually do photography on the side. So yes, I actually have a business doing photography and videography. Today's video is mainly about photography. I'm doing this video because I want to show more sides of myself. Yes, most of my content is about weight loss journey, what do I eat. I do photography as a hobby and videography. I actually have my own business doing it. It's so proprietary. I did have a different business, but I had to slowly shut that down and really grasp back and sit down with myself and say, you know what? I'm gonna make this a sole proprietor company just because I have a lot going on. I'm in school. I freelance a lot, right? I do photography and videography. Cambridge Lab is my business. I actually shut my company down. Okay, anyway, let's back up. So how did I get into photography? Okay, this is actually my first camera. This is the This is the Canon Rebel SL3. This camera I bought in a kit. If you're new to photography or videography, buy a kit camera. I recommend it 100%, especially if you don't know what you're doing with a camera. They're cheaper cameras, but they're quality. They're like the quality cheaper cameras. They give you good quality, but it's not too expensive. Like something go wrong, it's like, dang, what did I just do? You know what I'm saying? So this was my first camera ever. My dad bought it for me for Christmas, and I will never forget it. This is when I wanted to take YouTube serious and things like that. This lens did not come with it. It was a different lens. I had like 4 different lenses with this camera. But yes, the Rebel Canon was my first camera ever. And it was for my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel. I wanted to take things serious. I always video and photograph on my phone. I was known for that too, like photographing on my phone. My friends and stuff, they was like, you always video and you always record, you always taking pictures. And in my head, I'm like, dang, can I just capture a moment? Can I just live in the moment with y'all? Can I remember these times? That was what always going through my head. So I don't know, I just love doing it, really. And before I had the camera, I was just doing YouTube on my phone. Before I had my Canon. And I was actually editing on my phone as well. I was using Power Director. And back in the day, Power Director back in the day was way simple. It didn't even have that many features as it do now. CapCut wasn't even a thing back then. InShot, I think InShot was back then. Yeah, that was back then. But all these softwares for editing has tremendously upgraded on your phone. It's like, wow, like so much things you could do. Back in the day, you just had to be creative. And I was young, right? So I couldn't really purchase the things on editing softwares, like on your phone, you could purchase for upgrades and stuff. I was young, I couldn't really purchase things. So what I would do was I would have all these different apps, and I would if I want an intro, I would make it in this app, bring it to this app to add it to my clips. And you really have to finesse when you don't really have that much resources, and even you don't really know what you're really doing. And I really had to figure out video editing and things like that, just because it wasn't that many videos when it comes to Samsung users. It was always use Final Cut Pro or iMovie. That was all for iPhone, iPad, MacBooks. I'm not an i person. I'm not a Apple person. I'm a Samsung person. I'm a Dell person. So I really had to figure out how to edit myself when it comes to video editing. And it was literally all a process. The reason I bought that Canon is because it actually takes photos and video. And the reason that was good for me at the time, because cool, I could use video for my YouTube, but I wanted to use photos for a very special thing. Back in the day, I really wanted to have a fashion line. The cool thing about my Canon is that it actually film videos, but it also take photos. Not every camera do both. I really had to do my research, dig deep for this one. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all last video, I actually went to school for fashion. But this is before I even went to college and things like that. But I always had a goal. I'm like, okay, boom, when I get my fashion line set up, I can take my own photos. You know what I'm saying? I could get my own backdrop. You know, we on a budget. And I like doing things myself. I'm a crafty person. And if I could do it myself, I would. So that's why I actually bought that camera. Later down the line, I graduated high school. Someone I know actually had started a photography brand. And I'm like, they started making money, started advertising. I'm like, you know what? My camera, this is before I even started taking photos on that camera. I was just doing all videos. My camera do photography. Let me tap in. I always wanted to learn. And, you know, it's a lot to process when you're learning by yourself these new gadgets, right? It was a lot for me to figure out. Because remind you, I was just filming on camera on my phone. I'm still new to this DSLR camera and things like that. I'm still trying to figure things out. But I said, you know what? Let me try to tap in and really get to do photos and things like that. And I just started taking photos randomly. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start me a business taking photos. So I just started taking photos around my neighborhood. I've been going to parks, things like that, taking photos of people. And what I would do, I would bring this long lens because it goes super far. It shoots super far. You could be on the other side of the room, but it look like you're right in front of a person, but you're really not. And I would take this out in public and I would like, boom. And I would like, I used to go to like Anacostia Park in DC and, you know, it's always something going on, you know, around my area. So it wasn't hard to like capture different things. Especially if you just go outside, it's a lot of things you can capture. Plants, flowers, trees, birds. Like, dang, like look around you. There's so much going on. You don't even really need people to capture anything. You could get graffiti, things like that. So I just started taking photos and I started a business. And when I first started, I said, hey, I'm going to do a free shoot. A lot of people entered. It was like something you can enter into. And I was like, I posted it. I'm doing a free shoot. You had to like share my page, things like that. 3 different things or 2. Share my page, follow me, and I don't know, comment something simple, nothing crazy, just to help my brand to get out there. That's what I did. And I picked a winner at random, and she wanted a photo shoot at the gas station. And it was dope. Like, it was dope. She was actually a hairstylist. And what she did was she brought everybody to the gas station. She did their hair and brought everybody to the gas station to get a shoot. And she wanted it with me. And I was super happy about that. Overall, I really enjoy photography as a hobby. Like I said, I started as a business, but I had to take things down a notch just because I was super busy and I was paying like all these different type of business fees. When you own a real business, you have to pay like annual fees, quarter fees to start up. And cool, I understand the fees when it comes to like starting up. But like if you're not active, if your business is not active, it's like, dang, I'm paying all these fees and I'm not even shooting. I'm not even getting paid, you know? So it was really about me. I had to take a step back because I'm in school, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of lost my passion for it just for a little bit, just because I was going through some spiritual stuff. And, you know, I'm young. I'm trying to figure it out. A lot of things when I was younger, I got rid of, and I said, nah, forget it. I got basically sidetracked it. Now I look back, I'm like, why did I ever stop doing that? Why did I stop? You know? And it's really that I didn't hate it. I always be like, nah, forget that. I don't want to do it. It's not that I fell out of love with it. I just had to find where did I want to go with it, if that makes sense. When I started photography, I was, like I said, at the gas station. What else I do? I did a gas station shoot, headshots, funerals, events. I just feel like I did so much. But now, and it's like, you know, it's a burden to create something that you really don't want to create as an artist. I do a lot of things. I'm a painter, I'm a drawer, I'm a poet. Shoot, anything creative I like to do. I'm not going to say I'm the best at anything. I'm like a person that's like a jack of all trades. And it's a burden when you're a person that's so creative. It's a burden to create something you truly do not want to create, something you don't have a passion for. And I feel like what I was doing for people, I didn't have a passion for during the time. And it kind of like when you don't have a passion for something, and not just doing videos of photography, it was my school. It was a lot going on that, you know, when you have something going on in one area in your life, it could kind of mess with another area in your life, and you like forget it all basically, not knowing that this is the mode. Basically, you gotta get rid of that thing that is irritating you, where it won't reflect on everything in your life basically. So that's what I did, and I realized once I got rid of that moldy thing, I'm back to what I love doing: photography, videography. But not only that, I came back, I know what I actually want to do and what I love. So that's why I'm here today. So here's the thing. KB Digital Lab is now back. I'm creating for people. I'm photographing. I want to do more videos than anything because I feel like I'm okay when it comes to photos. But I have to do more videos. I have to get better with that when it comes to, yes, I edit on YouTube stuff and I'm good with that. But editing for YouTube is different than editing a whole event production. You know what I'm saying? The lighting, the angles, the people, it's so different. So I do want to film more videos when it comes to KB Digital Lab. And I know what direction I want to go in when it comes to my business and what I have a real passion for. I have a passion for family. I have a passion for people when it comes to family. And what do I mean by that? I want to do family reunions. That's the main thing I want to capture. I want to film family reunions. I want to capture family reunions. Family is just so special to me. And what made me realize this is because I captured my own family reunion. And the process of everything, I want to film something that's going to last and something that's actually meaningful. So I want to be known for capturing family reunions. I didn't go to a family reunion in years, since I was small. So I was like, you know what? I want to capture this. You know, my grandparents both passed away, and this is good for the family, just to capture memories. And when I tell you, I love every single moment. I brought my drone.
Welcome to the Lucas Legacy Family Reunion 2025. A thriving family, the Lucases, that's right! This is where memories are made. Show them what we are made of, because you're a part of the Lucas family. We are the Lucas family. We are the Lucas family. Oh, we are the Lucas family. We are the Lucas family.
Yay!
We are the Lucas family.
What's up, Malik?
These guys are willing to kill the Lucas. Let's go. We are the Lucas family. Lucas, Lucas, we are the Lucas family.
2025.
We are the Lucas family.
I designed the banners, the backdrops, anything when it came to designing, I did it. The itinerary, everything. And when I tell you the logo, anything, the cake, if it had a design on it, I created. And I love creation when it comes to something meaningful. And that's what I'm saying. I just had to find my way when it comes to video creation. I want to be known for family reunions. Like, you don't really hear about a photographer who just do like family reunions, or videographer. Like, who do you know in your area that can just capture a family reunion, or who specialize in that? I really want to specialize in family reunions. I think that's so dope, so cool. There's nothing like family bonding and people meeting each other for the first time, like your little cousins, or, you know what I'm saying? It's so meaningful and impactful to me. I want to create stuff that is meaningful. Don't get me wrong. Another thing that's so amazing to capture is people getting married. And yes, in the beginning of the video, you might have saw me have these pictures up. This is actually like one of my best events I ever went to when it comes to videoing and capturing the moment, really. I actually captured a 50th anniversary. They've been married for 50 years. The client who actually hired me was actually choosing between 3 different people. And I'm just so honored to have captured a moment. You know, events are very special. Events are very meaningful. There's nothing like an event. And that's why I love video creation, really. When it comes to events, every event I capture, I just feel like a new person. I feel like a reality check, if that makes sense. Because I learned things, I experienced things I would have never experienced if I wasn't in the room. Like this 50th anniversary, the bride, this was actually a big moment for her. She kept, when I was talking to her, when I give it to her, by the way, I already told her that I'll be making a video. You know, some of your photos and stuff is going to be captured, things like that. And she's okay with it, guys. She's okay with it. You know, you got to talk with your clients to see where are their main focus. You know, what is something you definitely want captured in your video? Because I actually did video. So for this couple, I actually did videography and photography. And when addressing them about the event, you have to really, I like to, when it comes to clients, I really like to say, hey, what is a must for you? What do you want in your videography? What is the focus point, and what is something you definitely want captured? You know, because you could have someone that think you automatically going to capture something, but you don't, because you don't know its meaning as someone else does. So what she told me was, this is a big event. What she really wanted was photos and video, but she couldn't afford to do both really at what she wanted. And she said, okay, boom, I really want video because this is like ministry to me when it comes to her family, her grandkids, and things like that. And it was, right? It was a pastor there, started preaching, and people praying over them. All her guests was basically people from church and her family. So this was a big moment for them, and to spread what it means to be in a marriage for that long. The commitment, the dedication, you know, because marriage is really big. If people low-key be forgetting that nowadays. When it comes to like marriage and how God intended it to be, it's super big. And I'm so excited I was invited to their event, because I low-key left the business too back in the day because I didn't like what I was producing. I just felt like I don't want to produce nothing that's not of God, that's not in agreement with him. You know, you can have so many people shoot music videos and this and that, but it's just like, I don't like this. I don't like what I'm producing because it's not conveying an image of God at the end of the day. It's not given. Basically, I don't want to create nothing that is not of God. That's really why I stopped video creation. I had to take a step back in my whole entire life, not just video creation. Not saying I was creating anything crazy, but I thought I wasn't creating anything crazy. I never did anything crazy. I never did anything. Right now, my focus is good news through all of that. The good news through all that, I realized that I want to focus on events. I want to specialize in family reunions, but I do not mind doing weddings, of course, or like even like business events. You know, I was like, if I keep waiting in life, how am I ever going to get something done? Meaning, I didn't have no car back then. I didn't know too much about. I said, you know, if I gotta take public transportation, a train, anything, I will. I don't know how to do that, but I can learn just like everybody else. You know, just because you don't have something, don't let that stop you from starting a business. I've always been an entrepreneur. When I was young, I always sold like candy. Like, who you know selling popsicles at the school? Who you know other than me? I'll wait. Say not. But yeah, like I always been an entrepreneur, selling things and having different hobbies, hustles. Even when I was young, I used to love watching YouTube videos on different hobbies. You know, it's always the common ones, like you cut grass, shovel snow, things like that. But that was never me. And maybe that's really why I wanted to start YouTube, because I wanted to do something. I always been a person of it. I've been a doer since forever. I wanted a job when I was like 8 years old. And I'm like, why don't people hire people? I need that money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is it against the law not to hire kids? You know, now that I'm older, I understand it. I get it. But back then, I'm like, I had to wait till I'm like 14 to get a job. 13 or something like that. That was be crazy to me. And I was 8 at the time. Like, what in the world? I could just get a job. So most of my life, I always created jobs for myself. Especially even when I got older, I felt like people wasn't hiring me. So I had to start somewhere. I had to get, I'm going to just say, I do videography and photography as a freelancer. I also offer my tech skills when it comes to graphics and design. I actually work with a business owner. Is literally, I'm his only person he really worked with for real. And I design graphics and he put on t-shirts. Not all the time that I design graphics for him. I mainly like help him with his business when it comes to production. Not too long ago, he actually made a brochure for a funeral, and I was able to help him, because the way you make a brochure is not as simple as you think when it comes to printing. There's a certain way you have to, when it comes to talk to like these factories. And so yes, I work with him, and I'm just so happy that I'm able to help his company. He's a small business and I help him, and he's growing every year. He started on his own. He's a grown man. So he's helped me tremendously when it comes to a business aspect. And I do believe God has placed me in his life, because not only do I help him, he helps me tremendously. I tell him every time, thank you for the opportunity, because now a lot of people are teaching around here. And I feel like slowly but surely, we're going to go back to like everybody having their own business for real. You see everybody firing people, right? You see everybody getting laid off and things like that. Look, I was one of them before all, you know, like recently everybody getting fired and stuff. I got terminated myself. Not doing when everybody else was getting terminated a couple years ago. And that would push me even further to have my own business. I always wanted my own business since I was a kid though. I always been an entrepreneur. I'm a salesperson. I'm a person that like creation. I'm a person that just love creating. I love creating businesses to see how they go. I love development. That's just me. I've been like that since I was a kid. So I don't know. I just love to see things come to life, basically. If you plan on starting a photography business, or you want to do it as a hobby, because I just wanted to do it as a hobby. I just said I'd be a travel photographer for all I care, really. And look at me. Get started. Just buy a camera. You know, I suggest, if you're new to anything, you never used a camera, like a DSLR or a mirrorless, just buy a kit camera. It come with the lens and it come with the camera. Why would you, at first I don't understand what people buy a camera by itself without the lens. But if you're a professional person who understands camera, you might have more knowledge on what lens you want. That's why people buy a camera by itself without the lens, but buy a kit, because it comes with the camera, it comes with the lens, it comes with the SD cards, it comes with accessories. Yes, the accessories might be cheap. I'm not talking about the camera, but it gets you started for what you need to do in the future. It might come with a cheap tripod, all that. But if you don't know, you get better as you go. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank y'all so much for being on this journey with me. The reason I shared this story with you guys is because I'm actually about to mail them some prints. Now, I am developing my company. I never gave anybody prints before. And I'm about to mail these off. And I want to keep just developing my company. I gave her, she booked with me, and I said, I'm going to give you 10 free prints just for booking with me. You know, everybody love to get something free, girl. Everybody love to get something free, and that is something I want to do with my company. I want to give back to my people. If you need a photographer or videographer for any event, hit me up, KM Digital Lab. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I'm still trying to get my Facebook running. I recently just opened up a Facebook account. I don't really be on social media that much, but I needed to advertise and things like that. So hopefully have a website coming soon. But yeah, enough of me talking. Let's select the 10 prints I'm gonna send to my client. Let's go. This is the envelope that I made myself, and this linen is so cool. Like, look how cool this look though. This envelope is so cool. It says KM Digital Lab, And it actually have the photos I took in Egypt, a wedding I did, and a self-portrait I did of someone. And then when you open it, it says we captured the moment while you live in the moment. Each photo you see is the photos I actually captured myself. So in this moment, it's just like you felt what it costs to be in a marriage for 50 years. The commitment, the dedication, the endurance, the love, the understanding how much forgiveness you have to have in a marriage. It took a lot. This is actually one of my favorite photos as well. Well, the one that's in color is so cool to me. Wow. Oh, this one right here. I don't know why this one is just so cool. It's just so cool to me. And their theme of their 50th anniversary was boots on the ground. So that's why everybody has like their belts and stuff on. So presentation is truly everything. If you have a business, really work on it when it comes to customer experience. This envelope actually is one of those. When a customer opens this, imagine how they feel. Like, wow, my money was well spent. We chose the right photographer. They know what they're doing. The look of it feels good. Everything. So, oh, not to mention, I'm going to add like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 business cards. Like, come on now. Just because I got to. And another thing, what I'm about to do. And the last thing I'm going to add is a thank you letter just for booking with me. Because I just think it's weird opening up photos and I don't know. Anyways, I just need a little small message saying something cute. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for having us in a special moment. They could have picked anybody, but they picked us to share that special moment. So, yeah, it was an honor, basically. And boom, we're going to seal it, then ship it off. Okay, guys, we're coming to the end of the video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to mail this off. If you need a videographer, photographer in the DMV area, or really on the East Coast, I travel as well a lot. So just let me know. Keep going to life, because life is truly better on the other side. You just got to keep living to get there. And with that being said, grace. The gear matters. The skill matters. And getting better at your craft matters. But at the heart of photography is something even bigger. Preserving moments that matter. And that is why you live in a moment while we capture the moment. KB Digital Lab.
One day at a time. Yeah. At a time. Yeah. Consent by Kendra. By Kendra. By Kendra. Subscribe and join her on her journey. Yeah. Yeah. By Kendra.